For too long, pharmaceuticals completely scare Americans about controlling the prices of drugs. If we do that, what's going to happen? We're not going to have any money for research and development, and we won't get the products that we need. It has always been a lie, and it behooved me why we don't have more politicians doing that. It's essential that they actually do that. Well, Katie Porter, we can always count on her to lay it down, to lay the law of the land. And I want you to listen to this, and please make sure as many people as possible see this, because this is what's going to make Americans force their politicians to really force the pharmaceuticals for being the thieves that they are, for being the pilferers that they are. Check this out, then we'll take it on the other side.
Mr. Gonzalez, how much did AbbVie spend on litigation and settlements from 2013 to 2018?
I don't have that number offhand. I won't be happy to give it to you.
Okay, $1.6 billion, $2.45 billion on R&D, $1.6 billion in litigation and settlements. What about marketing and advertising? How much does AbbVie spend on that?
Well, marketing and advertising, we spend about $4 billion a year.
Yep, 4.7, $1 billion. How about executive compensation, 2013 to 2018?
2013 to 2018, it's probably on average about $60 million a year.
Try 334 on for size. Now, how much did AbbVie spend on stock buybacks and dividends to enrich your shareholders from 2013 to 2018?
Well, stock buybacks, if you actually look at just pure stock buybacks, it would be about $13 billion.
Stock buybacks and dividends is the question, sir.
Dividends, I'd have to come back with a number for that over that period of time.
$50 billion. So, Mr. Gonzalez, you're spending all this money to make sure you make money rather than spending money to invest in, develop drugs, and help patients with affordable life-saving drugs. You lie to patients when you charge them twice as much for an unimproved drug, and then you lie to policymakers when you tell us that R&D justifies those price increases. The big pharma fairy tale is one of groundbreaking R&D that justifies astronomical prices. But the pharma reality is that you spend most of your company's money making money for yourself and your shareholders. And the fact that you're not honest about this with patients and with policymakers, that you're feeding us lies, that we must pay astronomical prices to get innovative treatments is false. The American people, the patients, deserve so much better. I yield back.
That is exactly what we're talking about here. They make you believe that somehow what they're doing has something to do with innovation, something to do with making products. The truth of the matter is they are simply using medicine, they're simply using drugs as a method to move money, as a method to take your money away from you and give it to a few rich cats who own these stocks. It has nothing to do with healthcare. One of the things that I've said constantly is we have to come to the realization that there is nothing benevolent about pharmaceuticals. The medical care industry does not belong in the for-profit industry, because in the for-profit industry, the sole purpose is to make money, not to get you healthy, not to make you a better person. It is solely to make money for people, and they use your health. They use your well-being as the transport mechanism to move your money to them. That is the transition phase. Move your money to them. We need to get the pharmaceutical companies outside of healthcare. We are the for-profit healthcare. We need to get the hospitalization out. We need to get all of healthcare out of the for-profit domain, because it is not about you. It is not about getting you healthy. They make money the more sick you are. If you are a healthy person not using healthcare, you are no use to them. Their sole purpose is to pilfer you, to take your money. And when we understand that as a concept, we will start to rearrange our economy in such a manner that these thugs, these thieves that are the pharmaceutical companies that use our tax dollars to develop products and then rip us off as they sell it to us, we will start to be careful on how we start thinking about these companies as somehow being benevolent. They're not. They are simply mechanisms to take your money. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.